Good morning, good Monday morning. Mark Conlock, Director of Horticulture here at Green Bay Botanical Garden, here to share some tips for you this Monday morning. So one thing I did this weekend and I saw a lot of people doing was raking their lawns. So that's a good thing to do here. You can do a little raking. It's a good exercise, good core workout. You can do a little rake dancing even if you want. I like to sometimes do a rake shuffle. So the main thing is to get the leaves off the grass, to get the dead pieces of grass out, and to pick up sticks and the other items on your grass. So I'd say it's a little early still to do seeding or fertilizing, but you can do this first step of just kind of cleaning off the debris from the fall and the winter and stuff that fell down in the springtime too. So raking your lawn, great thing to do right now this time of the year. Another thing I noticed, at my apartment complex, our landscaper came, and people like to put down mulch this time of the year. Now look at this tree here. You can see the root flare there. That's something you don't want to cover with mulch. So a lot of times people mulch and they have this mulch cano where the mulch is kind of like way up here on the trunk. That's something you don't want to do. Why? It holds moisture up, which leads to rot and can harbor diseases, and also it's a habitat for insects to kind of chew on the trunk. So don't you dare cover the flare. Other thing I've been thinking about, it's Earth Day. Happy early Earth Day. So one thing you can do in your garden is create habitat for birds and other wildlife. So we have this really cool interpretive sign here at the Botanical Garden in our birches area, where we talk about having plants that have berries, have fruit, seed. Also think about a place where the birds and other wildlife can have a little habitat, can have their nest. Be sure to think about providing water. And we even have a bird feeder back here too, so you can do all these different things in your garden to create habitat and help celebrate Earth Day. Another Earth Day thing is to take a hike in the woods, look for spring ephemerals and wildflowers here. This is a garden area, but we do have a little native here called Dutchman's Breeches incorporated. So that's kind of a little cool plant. So take your family out, take your whoever out, go for a little hike, see if you can find some of these spring wildflowers like bloodroot, trillium, trout lily, the Dutchman's breeches, and all these little babies popping up throughout the woods. It's kind of a cool thing to look for. There is so much to do in the spring garden. Another thing you could do is start to uncover your perennials from the leaves, the old foliage. It's pretty much just as easy as taking your hands and raking this stuff out here and uncovering the new emerging foliage. Some of the things I like to look at too when I'm looking at the foliage is just like see how it looks in the springtime. It looks so different. It's so small. It's miniature. It might be a different color. Like back here we can see how they're emerging with their purple color. So just appreciating that new emerging foliage is kind of a different thing to do in the spring. Now, this might be a little scary for people, but woo! The ghosts of conifer past! We put some burlap to protect some of our conifers from deer and from windburn. So one thing you could start to do, as long as you don't have any deer friends around, is start to uncover these babies. We have little staples here. You can just kind of like uncover. It's the grand reveal, woo, of this ewe. It was saved from the deer by this burlap. So that's another little random projects you can do. Start to uncover things that you covered, to protect them in the winter months. And then, a final thing we're doing here at Green Bay Botanical Garden, in our beautiful conifer garden, is starting to pull away the leaves, cut back foliage from all of our perennials and all of our conifers especially. We like to go in here, kind of remove all this debris that's accumulated in here, similar to the covering of the root flare to keep that open up. We like to do the same thing on all these dwarf conifers because they've kind of collected all this leaves and debris over the fall and winter months. So usually we rely on our amazing volunteers to help us do all this work, and right now they're not with us, but we're sending our love to them. We really appreciate all they do, and we're looking so forward to welcoming them back when we're able to have them back here. So happy Volunteer Week, because it is National Volunteer Week and appreciation. So we want to thank them for all the hard work they do helping us out here. We really rely on them, and we're really a community garden because of all the help of our volunteers, so we really appreciate what they do for us. So those are just a couple tips that I have to share here this Monday. For more information, follow us on Facebook or check us out at our website, gbbg.org.